Ladles and jelly spoons, welcome back to Badgerworks. Today, this. This is just going to be a quickie today. Stop laughing at the back. I have been trying to get on with the project and it's just not been working because I've had work and stuff and all sorts of things, and now this. So this is a Warhammer figure thing. My daughter has now decided she's into Warhammer. Or at least the miniatures, not the actual tabletop gaming, but just the miniatures. And so is my son. And so it was my daughter's birthday recently, so my son bought her this huge box set of miniatures, and she's been putting them together and painting them. I'll show you some later on if I remember. Anyway, they've had trouble with this one. She's done it all herself and she's done a good job, but this one they've had trouble with. They haven't been able to figure it out. I've been working all week, which is why I haven't done a proper video for this week. So basically, in the end, they've given in and said, can you put this one together? This is not the whole thing, this is just part of it. So that's the idea now. Now, the trouble is, I think I figured out how it goes together, but the problem is, because she's been using super glue to stick them together, which is fine, where they've put it together and took it apart and put it together and took it apart, trying to figure it out, everything's now covered in super glue. So the first thing I've got to do is get rid of some of this super glue. Now I need my, where's, oh there it is. Why is it all the way back there? Oh, come here. So I'm going to use this, my little rotary pen, but not with that end. I'm going to change the end out and try and remove some of this super glue. So I think what we really want is, I would suggest possibly this little tiddly burr would be the ideal. If you don't have one of these things, they're really good, very useful, especially for stuff like this. Right, where are my glasses? No. So I'm just going to clean up, because the problem is this bit here and this bit here, because they're both absolutely covered in glue. So because there's actually, I don't know if you can see it there, there's actually a little pin, little locating pin, which is now buried under layers of glue. Right, that bit doesn't look too bad. Okay, so from what I can gather, I've got the instructions on my phone. I'll try and put a picture up of it, but the way it's supposed to go, oh god, there's still a big lump there. The way it's supposed to go is, this is like the front of his, well, crutch basically, and it's supposed to go like this somehow, and it doesn't seem to want to fit together very well, but I think a lot of that is just the glue bomb that's the problem. But it also just doesn't seem to go together very well anyway. Because you can see there how it wants to go together, but it doesn't. And so I've never done one of these before, so I don't know how well they normally fit together. Whether this is, you know, they just don't fit very well or what. But it doesn't seem to want to go together very well. I might have to clean this bit up as well, because there's a lot of glue on here. what I really need to do is get some of that debonding stuff that melts super glue. The only trouble is I don't know what effect it has on plastic. So if any of you have only put one of these together and you know how well they actually fit together normally, I'd be interested to know. Alright, let's try that. Let's just brush the dust off of that. Looks a bit better, doesn't it? Right, now. Still doesn't seem to want to go together very well. There's still big blobs of glue everywhere, which is not helping. I think this battery's going flat on this thing. Hang on. One of the nice things about this being USB powered, if the battery starts to run out, you can just plug a USB cable into it and carry on. There we go, that's more like it. That still doesn't seem to want to go together. This is awful. What a horrible thing to put together. So I say, you can see where it wants to go, it just won't go. It's like the pieces are just different shapes. Right, I'm gonna have a little carve at this with the tool, and we'll come back and have a look at it. Right, well, after much wailing and gnashing of teeth, and also removing a significant portion of material from inside here, I think we are getting somewhere. I also had to clean up a lot more. There was still a lot of glue in there that wasn't helping. But I think we are close. And I think this is just a badly fitting piece, quite frankly. So it's supposed to go something like... Oh, I had it a minute ago. Something like that, I think. There. So I'm going to try and glue this on. I don't know whether this is going to work, but this glue should... Well, this isn't glue. This is the solvent that I normally use. So let's see now if we can get this somewhere where it's meant to be. It's kind of like that. Oh, he says it falls straight off. Something like that. Stay. You see, it just doesn't seem to line up very well. Okay, now this bit goes on there, but now the tail's in the way. Oh dear. Not having a great deal of fun with this, I have to say. Now, oh, there's a big lump in there. Let's get rid of that first. So that is supposed to go, because that's his tail, you see. I'm tempted to cut this piece off and glue it back on afterwards, quite frankly. So that's supposed to go like that. And is that supposed to meet up with that piece? I think it is. Something like that. Right, let's... Oh, this is awful. Right. So we've got the knee lined up at the front. Let's see if we can finagle the back into place. But then there's a huge gap here at the front. Oh my word, this thing is awful. Are all Warhammer kits like this? This is horrible. Oh, and I wonder she couldn't put it together. I mean, look at that under there. You can see daylight through it. Good grief. Alright, that's supposed to go... on there somehow. Right, let's do the same again. Let's get his knee lined up, because that's the only positive bit of contact we've actually got at the moment. And then we'll try and get the rest of it into place. So this is the nice thing about using these solvent glues, is when you get pieces like this that don't fit terribly well together, you can basically almost melt them together, and it helps like move them around a bit. Right, now I think we're getting somewhere. Okay. And now that is supposed to go there. Right. Stay. I'll just hold this for a couple of minutes, but I think we've pretty much got it. Let me just make sure this is all fitted together, and I think we can wrap this up. So yes, it's together, sort of. There are some big gaps in the bottom there, but hopefully once it's stood up the way it goes, you won't notice those. So yeah, I'll be interested. There's another one of these apparently in the set. I'll be interested to try that one and see if it goes together any better. But yeah, I'll put some pictures up probably on Instagram or somewhere of the some of the other ones that my daughter's already done and painted. She's actually done a really good job of it. But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this little foray into madness. And as ever, I'd like to thank my top tier patrons, Howard and Amy, for their continued support, and all my other patrons and channel members and all you lovely people at home. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers. Bye.